Okay, so we're diving deep today, right, into the life of Paul Danan. I think most people, at least here in the UK, know him from, well, reality TV.
Oh, yeah.
But there's more to the story, or at least that's what we're hoping to find out today.
Absolutely.
We've got a bunch of articles, some bio info, and, it's interesting because I keep thinking about this quote from his friend Dean Gaffney.
Yeah.
He said, "You had your demons, but my God, you had a heart of gold." And, that kind of sums it up, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do we reconcile the Paul Danan we saw on, like, Love Island and Big Brother with all the other stuff? The real-life struggles,
It's always tricky with reality TV. You see these personalities, these larger-than-life characters, and it's easy to forget there's a real person behind it all, someone with a history, with complexity.
Exactly. And what surprised me, honestly, was finding out about his background. I mean, he wasn't just some, like, overnight reality star.
Right.
He trained at the Italia Conti Academy.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. For those who don't know, it's like a really prestigious performing arts school. So he had this whole other potential path,
That's so interesting. Makes you wonder about the choices, right? Like, was there a deliberate move away from that traditional acting world, or was it just the pull of reality TV, which was massive back then?
It was huge. Like, the early 2000s, it was exploding, this whole new kind of fame.
It was, wasn't it? And I think it really changed how we see celebrities, how we relate to them. It became much more personal, I guess.
And speaking of his acting, I mean, before all the reality stuff, he was actually in Hollyoaks playing Soul Patrick. And he was good. Like, he got nominated for Best Actor at the Inside Soap Awards in '99.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, so maybe there were already hints of that heart of gold, right? Like, were the critics seeing something deeper even then?
It makes you wonder, because obviously reality TV kind of grabs all the attention, and it often focuses on, well, the drama, the big moments, not always the nuances.
It's true. The way those shows are edited, they create a certain image, a narrative, and sometimes that sticks, even if it doesn't tell the whole story.
And for Paul, there was a lot more to this story, right? He was incredibly open about his struggles with addiction, went to rehab multiple times. That takes guts to be that honest, especially when you're in the public eye.
It really does. And you have to think about how reality TV blurs the lines, right? People feel like they know these celebrities, like they're friends. So when someone's going through something tough, it can be hard to separate the person from the persona.
Absolutely. And that's why I think it's so important to highlight the positive things, like the work he did with his theater company the morning after.
Oh, right, yeah. That was specifically to support people in recovery.
Yeah. He used his own experiences to help others, which I think speaks volumes.
Absolutely. It's like he took all that pain, all those challenges, and turned them into something positive, something that could actually make a difference in people's lives.
Yeah. Sadly, his life was cut short. He passed away at 46. And I think the vaping health scare back in 24, it was a wake-up call for a lot of people.
Oh, for sure. It's easy to forget the risks with something that's marketed as a safer alternative. But, I just highlighted how important it is to be aware, to educate ourselves about the potential dangers.
And Paul, he shared his experience, even when he was going through that, which I think shows his character. It brings us back to that quote, the heart of gold. It's like, yeah, he had his demons, but he was also trying to do good to help people.
I think that's the big takeaway here, isn't it? It's easy to judge based on what we see on TV, but there's always more to the story. Paul Danan's life, it reminds us to look beyond the surface, to remember the human being behind the headlines.
To see the struggles, the good things, all the complexities. Because that's what makes a life right. That's a life worth remembering, both for his time on screen and for his efforts to make a positive impact. So thanks for joining us in this deep dive. We hope it's given you something to think about.
Yeah, me too. We'll see you next time. See you later.